Smashes. Welcome to Culture Media. It is 12:33 a.m. EST on Friday, May 8th, 2026, and we're live. I am having a few technical difficulties, but I wanted to come live uh, reminding you guys, join the Pretty Intelligent Women's Panel this Sunday at 8 p.m. EST. This Sunday, May 10th, 2026. So after you get through all of your family gatherings, possibly church, I want you guys to come on over after dinner and sit on a panel and let's have healthy discussions for the Pretty Intelligent Women's Panel. Get into it. So I definitely wanted to come live and talk about what's in store for the upcoming show. It's going to be really good. Hopefully, we'll have a great turnout. There has been a few missing links, and that's totally fine. We're going to keep this show going on. I've been reaching out to a few women in different sectors so we can have some of the same women if they stay, you know, or uh, a rotation of different women who can add something to the conversation. So, Pretty Intelligent Women's Panel, join us May 10th, this Sunday at 8 p.m. EST. And I wanted to get into what's been going on with these streets. It's a lot, it's so much to unpack. And I would like to document some things digitally because some things are unfolding, but only I'm paying attention to it. So please like, share, and subscribe. Smash that like button. Hopefully my audio's good. And I don't know if what's going on with this computer, but it is not acting correctly. So believe it or not, I'm on two devices to stream, talking through my phone, and I'm operating on my computer. The sound is acting up, and I don't want to. This is my like YouTube Mac, and I may have to just get it serviced because I really don't want to utilize other devices for YouTube. I just like this one device for this thing that I'm doing. So I do have another computer, but I don't want to utilize it for YouTube. It's for my business. So I do separate even devices for my operations. Ain't that crazy? Well, it's not, but it's what I do at least. So like the video, please like, share, and subscribe, come inside the chat and talk to your girl. Come on in, friends. Come on in. Let's do it for the culture. Let's have a conversation about these streets. I know there's a typo um in the title. I will be editing right after. But I wanted to come live and update you guys not only on the Pretty Intelligent Women's Panel for this upcoming Sunday at 8 p.m. EST, but I wanted to talk about me moving around in a few spaces: the beef sector, the Mo3 sector, the black tea sector. The I, I would say it's not really. Let's call it black YouTube because it's mixed with now conscious and a few other spaces. But back in the day, the space that I'm speaking of is the conscious sector, black YouTube, that hub. So I've been around for a few uh days. Uh when I come to these, these spaces. I dip into one sector, dip out, dip into one sector, dip out. And then I leave YouTube altogether because I'm really busy, really, really busy. And I don't like to use the word busy. I'm still working on changing this verbiage. Busy, busy, busy. No, no, no. I've been productive, highly productive. Um, I learned last month, although I've always known and I live by words or spells, that busy means being under Satan's yoke. And that resonated with me. That really did. So I don't want to be under Satan's yoke. I want to be productive. I want to uh, not feel stress when I'm working. I don't want to feel like I have to do something. I want to be passionate about everything I do. So I changed up coming into 2026, and I started on the spiritual outside of what you guys see personally. And one of the things that I've been really cognizant of is changing the way I speak offline. Uh, and it wasn't bad before. It was just that I definitely wanted to hone in on more positive words. And I understand there is two different worlds that I roam. A small portion of it is on YouTube, and a big portion of it is in my real life. So I wanted to concentrate on that because it's most important to me. Um, so using words uh, the right way is important. And I started to adapt utilizing better words and phrases for my manifestations, you know? And even though I'm still honest, because you got to be true to yourself, not delusional as people claim that I am. I definitely live in reality, but again, I manifest well. So I like to uh, maximize my time with manifestation, being consistent straight through the day. And even though I'm not thinking it's connected, it has to be a practice I'm really focused on so I can change the way I speak, things into existence and naturally, not just focused. You know what I mean? Smash it. So let me look at the chat. Please like, share, and subscribe. Your pleasure. How are you? Hello. And hey, Mimi, how are you? Heading to bed soon. Wanted to drop down and show love. Thank you so much, Mimi, for coming through. Thank you. Smash it. Uh, so I've been really productive. Uh, and when I come back on YouTube, I'm in other spaces for a couple of days, and then I'm back off YouTube for some time. But I try to stay connected as much as I can, and I try to keep up. It doesn't take much to get the meat and potatoes of what these storylines give. If anything's interesting to me, it'll keep me here a couple of more hours longer, but I'm also maximizing my time lately, and it feels so good to be, you know, moving again forward, So I feel like I got my little mojo back. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And when I come on YouTube, sometimes it's pretty depressing. It really is. Because I can't imagine that so many content creators that I see in all of these spaces that I mentioned are not really looking at the trajectory of the YouTube space and gearing up for bigger and better things, you know. So the space have changed tremendously, and I see some content creators have started to change the way they deliver content, of course, and that's great. That's because of the YouTube guidelines, right? But it's like a hamster wheel type shit, you know? So it's interesting. I have been looking and looking and looking and looking for certain things to happen on the space to be in addition to the YouTube Streets Awards. And I'm not seeing it yet, but I'm going to be patient because I have to concentrate on other things. But I'm looking out for it. I can't tell you guys exactly what I'm looking out for, but there will be a moment in time where I am going to be engaging the subscribers, the viewing audiences of the spaces and the content that's delivered here, um, to weigh in on one decision, one, just one. I got everything else. I have everything, but I wanted to be inclusive of the community so that they could really feel a part of us reshaping this digital face, this space, and recognizing these nano influencers and marginalized sectors. It's really important to engage the local community that watches this content. So I thought it was pretty brilliant of me to say, you know what, this component, let's give it to the community. You know what I'm saying? So look out for what I'm talking about. I'm speaking in code right now, but that's coming up. All right. Please like, share, and subscribe. Now let's get into the mess. Let's talk about first, and I know you guys probably saw me over in the Mo3 sector on Broadway's platform. This is all important. All important. Let's talk about the Mo3 sector, who is a big part of this culture, this space, this algorithm. So they have a lot going on with the Rico Broadway situation. Unfortunately, Rico reports P-bombed Broadway after getting into a heated battle with Mahia, which started not with any anything that had to do with Rico. He inserted himself, and it led to him getting angered enough to whip out his private parts on Broadway's panel, and then causing all of this ruckus. I see things for what it is. Although it's in a matrix, I see why some people have their own agenda to do things. Rico explained it perfectly why he felt it necessary to do something like this, knowing that it, even though it's the Mo3 sector, well, knowing that it's Broadway's platform, it would hurt a lot of things. We don't need that type of camaraderie, right? We don't need to be beefing with each other. We should be collaborating with each other to build the space up. But a lot of people look at it very small, very selfish, and that's why I like to stay in my lane. I really do. I enjoy it. You know, I enjoy switching lanes sometimes and then coming back to mine and just relaxing, focus, bringing all the data. So I tried to speak out about the Rico reports and Broadway situation, as much as I possibly could, uh, knowing that I met Rico in person and I looked forward to meeting him again. We both did, and really, really hanging out this time. I was really disappointed to hear that it was that Rico that did the P bomb. Back in the day, yeah, Rico did a lot of nasty shit, but I thought he evolved. At least I thought. But there I go again, thinking people evolve. It was unnecessary. I expressed my disappointment, and that was that. When I go over to Broadway's platform last night, I was on YouTube for about 90 minutes. I'm like on YouTube in 90-minute increments. So this live won't be long. That's why I didn't drop the link. Smash it. Um, I went over there and I wanted to just thank Candace, who has a beef separately from this situation with Jay Dunn. Jay Dunn has beef with Broadway because she feels like she is corrective, you know, great. She explains the scientific behavioral health textbook of what it is. And it really still is blurred, but I guess you can't help how people feel, especially when words are coming out of someone else's mouth. It's energy. It's energy is transformed. That's why words are very powerful. But she didn't like the way Broadway spoke to her. Many others in the Mo3 sector. That's why she stopped going over there. She didn't feel like they were welcoming. They were respectful. And she's entitled to that. Broadway has his thoughts, his opinions, and his comedic edge. And it's not meant intentionally to be offensive. He's just meant to be funny. I don't think he takes this shit that seriously. At least I don't think so. But uh he made some statements that were very logical today, and that made me hit the link to let him, hey, and Candace know, yo, there's no beef and no war with no Mo3 sector with the beef sector. These are individual situations that are occurring that just no, the beef sector is on their own shit. The Mo3 sector is on their own shit. But sometimes we collaborate in healthy ways. I thought we did. And it's all's well, right? Nah, I guess they agreed. No one said anything. IGT was on the panel real quiet, real quiet. It was eerie quiet. I was like, why is she so quiet? Did she even say hello? So I'm going to get with IGT to find out that because I'm an excellent reader of energy. Excellent. Moments later, the CEO hit the link to approach me about the bet we had on his platform during the secret island vacation planning. So I want you guys to listen up because I wanted to document this part smarter than the average bear. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't planned. I wasn't planning on going live, but being that it happened, let's go live. So the CEO tried to run up on me to ask me about this bet that we had on this platform. And the bet initially was that I would not go, I will not be going to Belize with this production. I'm not, it's not going to happen. Then it went from that to, I believe in it. I believe in it, Trish. But I'm just saying, You ain't gonna go with the people you think. I paused. I said, they signed agreements and it's a liability. They wouldn't waste money and everything, get passports and all of that. He said, Trish, I bet you it ain't happening. You're not going to go on this trip. You're going to lose your investment. What? What are you talking about, the CEO? What are you talking about? So he literally told me, I want to make a bet. You will not be doing this production. And I dropped. I said, okay, cool. I dropped. What he didn't know at the time, that I initially thought, see, I'm not like a lot of these goofies. If he knows this is a business and it's an initiative, how is he so sure that Secret Island Vacation Belize would not be happening? It's my business. I spoke to him behind the scenes via email, but that was it. The thing is, all along, the CEO was frolicking with some of the women, Peaches, Cream, and of course, Sin City Raps, who started the campaign of fucking up the cast. She was the first one out. They were behind the scenes sabotaging. So I would allegedly lose this bet. So yeah, I betted him just to see how this would play out. How could he know so much? Why would he even bet me in the first place? You see how I think? So to me, it wasn't a bet. To me, he says, if you would have went, I would have paid you. No, you wouldn't have, because you don't have my Cash App, and I wouldn't have accepted it. It wasn't a bet. It really was not a bet. It was so strategic on my part to accept this Fugazi bet to see how much CEO knew all of the players. He wouldn't even tell me who he knew behind the scenes that was casted. I had to guess. And then he talks about Duke. If it was truly about what he tried to make it, the bet, Duke was the last one that was out. Duke was the very last one that was out. His focus that Duke was going to cancel. But the gag is, I could get, if I wanted to, I could get Duke committed to Secret Island Belize right now and he would go. We're just not going that way anymore. But my point is, the CEO knew Sin City, knew Peaches, knew Cream, all these ladies caused this confusion behind the scenes to make their cast from the Mo3 sector fall out. The only reason why I didn't sue for liens, because many of them didn't even submit me their passports, and it really wasn't anything lost but time. And time is money. So I coughed up my losses and we're recasting. That's it. But we're focused on the YouTube Streets Awards first because There can't be secret identification beliefs without the UTB Streets Awards first here in New York. When he hit the link on Broadway's platform, he talked about how much, you know, where is this? Like, you got my money? I'm like, I ain't got no money for you. I'm not paying you. How do the way it looks like he wanted to bet me and all of these people working behind the scenes to sabotage secret identification beliefs so I would owe the CEO. And I'm no spring chicken, very seasoned. It's kind of a old kind of hustle. And I found it odd that he would call me a scammer when it was supposed to be my company's investment. They weren't paying anything. Who was I scamming? He started with this narrative first because the CEO knew that it wasn't going to happen. He knew I wasn't going to be working with these people because they were controlling it behind the scenes. So why only an idiot would pay someone with that fugazi ass bet when I see him and everybody the long way. I watched it unfold purposely. Like, and they do it. This is the thing. I could see if he was like behind the scenes working with them only, but they were doing it on his platform. Made it out. I was like, I was his mod. He would have like 5, 6 people in his chat. These people weren't nowhere around. And now, because of this vacation, they're all gathered. They're all gathered. They all was excited. They all wanted to go. They all committed. They all signed the agreements. But they all knew they wasn't going to follow through. It wasn't me. It was them. And it was too soon after the agreements were signed that chaos started behind the scenes. And instead of getting involved, because they tried to pull me in left and right, I mean, everybody. I never answered my phone calls, never responded to emails, but I watched. I watched. Oh, yeah, I watched. I got so much shit. This is the only thing I will agree with Simon on. It was a lot of fuck shit going on. I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all supposed to be preparing for greatness. What the hell is going on? So obviously, it was a mess. But they knew what it was. And they thought that I was naive enough to, I fought for them. I was so professional, but they weren't. And it was exposed. It was also exposed that the CEO was like puppeteering the sabotage. So why would I pay him? Are you okay? Why would I pay the CEO for fugazi ass bet that he helped sabotage with Sin City Raps, Peaches, and all those other gals? That's just crazy. But Secret Island Vacation believes it's definitely going to be happening. And I like the fact that people are still talking about it. To be street swords. They're dragging me, of course. They're still talking about it. So it gives me time to continue to push. And it's not going to be much longer. That's the gag. Everyone's like dragging. And I'm like, I've been working. Okay? I've been working. And we're almost there. The great thing is, I'm more excited about the way I'm implementing this time around than before. And the reason why, it's a smaller group. I wanted to go really big before, but speaking with my board and just listening to the community, there was a hard decision made at the beginning of this year regarding the YouTube Street Sports. We can't lose money. I can't lose money. So I have to be sure about the honorees when they say they're committed. As I learned, even from Secret Allocation Believes, the cast with that, all these agreements, no one honored anything but me. No one. That's the gag. No one honored any of their agreements, although they signed them. So I know I should never ever align myself with people who don't do real business because, oh, and never ever someone who doesn't have anything to lose. They don't have to have much, but they have to have some type of equity for us to even engage them. It's a really nice budget, and I'm not going to blow it on raggedy ass mothers. This is a production, it's business. And I really initially believed that the cast that I initially had would bring it. Uh-uh. They can't even get shit together in their own space. And there weren't too many uh fitted cast candidates in the beef sector 2 years ago. It's been some time, and I do have a few people that I'm looking at very, very closely. Uh, Secret Allocation is not just a show production, but it is the UGB Streets Awards reunion where we discuss what happened in New York. It's going to be beautiful. So it's the same concept, except for the award show is happening months before Belize. So it is definitely taking form, but I see that our initial decision is paying off. I'm glad that we made the decision to streamline the entire award show for those that really deserve to be recognized in front of a press and a mainstream audience. So it's smaller, but it's to me it's more manageable and higher quality, higher quality. Okay. Uh, so and it's going to be high quality content, and I'm not talking. It's the beginning. It is definitely the beginning. So I'm taking the award show and secret allocation very seriously because these are businesses. And a lot of people are dismissing that and they feel entitled. And when you look at the metrics and you analyze the ones that are speaking the most, complain the most, they have the least to bring to the table in front of press. Think about it. Numbers are great. Numbers are great. But influence is better. It gives you sustainability and longevity in this game. You know? So let's talk about beef sector. Beef sector. It's a hot mess. Whew, it's been a hot mess. I don't want to talk about anything dealing with the bullshit storylines that have been happening. It's a waste of time to me. Want to waste your time listening, pastime? It's like watching TV, I guess. I'm just here for a different purpose. So I caught Mika over at Lemons for the first time. First time I'm seeing her. on a panel at Lemons. Although we put it aside, I thought it would be appropriate, one, to discuss it because people, even though it happened a couple of weeks ago, at least 3 times a week, someone's bringing that situation with Mika up to me as if I need to explain myself. I did nothing. I had nothing to do with it initially. Uh, to hear Mika explain her reason, me placation Jay Dunn. I've known Jay Dunn from 2018, and we didn't even get along for 5 years. The first 5 years, I don't know what she's talking about. However, before Jay Dunn decided to come, she had a lot of questions about who was coming and specifically being this heat. She could not accept if this heat would be joining the panel. That's it. That's all. She wasn't. This heat, I think, is still on vacation. I hope she's okay. But during that exchange, I see that Mika, because the way she explained what happened was not true. I never went over to Mika's uh platform to be aggressive or anything like that. I went over there to test her temperature after the Pretty Intelligent panel. Everyone seemed to have had a great time. So, unlike what's in her head, I literally went around to everyone. It wasn't just her. Jay Dunn, her, Clyde, MU, QY, who rescheduled her live. Everybody that was on this panel, I went to their panels just to ask them, did they enjoy? Everything's okay. It wasn't one sided. I was very fair. A lot of people see me bounce around doing the same thing. Okay. So for her to say that I kind of singled her out, like it's weird the way she thinks. It doesn't even need explaining because it's so asinine. I see through everything. It's clear for me. It's not hard. There was no side to take in that situation because I had nothing, and I can't say this enough, zero to do with Jaden and Mika's beef. However, Jaden did come to me initially, fearful of Mika being online doing behind the members' wall, but still being visible to the public, doing some type of putting somebody in a bottle ritual. Jaden over YouTube shit. Huh? So I respect all religions, absolutely, especially that are deep rooted in spirituality. Hoodoo is very fairly new to the spiritual space, and I know a lot of hoodoo practitioners, many of them, and I can't think they well respected too. Very powerful spiritual beings. Uh, they would be against anyone doing an open ritual on YouTube for the world to see. It devalues the ritual for one, because you're now in a portal practicing the ritual. That's why the shit didn't work to begin with. And that's why I said, what type of hoodoo shit is this? What the fuck is she doing? You're not supposed to do this. You're not supposed to do this online. Is this a joke? So that's what I said. And again, I'm heavy rooted. I was born into this, born into spirituality. So I don't, maybe that's why she was yelling on women's platforms, top of the ones, because I'm calling out this fugazi ass shit she doing. Everyone knows this shit. You're not supposed to do an open ritual, especially in a portal. You're not supposed to do rituals when other people that are not involved are around, actually. So what the hell? So when Jay Dunn told me this, I was like, she did what? I started laughing. Jay Dunn didn't like it because I was like, wait a minute, what? I didn't want her to think that I was dismissing it, but I know better. You'll be fine, Jay Dunn. This is a joke. This isn't real. She even said no. She sent me the clip of what Mika did. I was like, first of all, don't worry about it. Second of all, don't worry about it. Third of all, go to bed. And that was basically it. I promise you. That's what I told Jay Dunn. And she did it. She calmed down and she did it. And I said, you're protected, don't worry. So it wasn't anything done to Mika, even in that moment, malicious from my point. Why? Because I looked at it as like, what is this fugazi ass ritual shit she's doing online? Doesn't she know it won't work? What? So she gets angry because I'm calling out some, you know, I understand some people are novice or whatever, but I just didn't understand it. I have my opinion because I'm deep rooted, and I mean that. Okay, let's leave it there. You're not supposed to do that. You're just not. Not in Santa Rita, not in voodoo. That you're not supposed to do that in any spiritual uh, religion or spiritual practice ever. Why? Why do you ask? I'll tell you. Because while you're doing that, you could have 1,000 energies attacking you while you're doing it. You're open. It was just nonsense. Okay, it was complete nonsense. So she got offended. I wanted just to tell her that I saw her on this platform, and I also wanted to tell uh, the audiences that the Pretty Intelligent Women's Panel was this Sunday at 8 p.m. EST. That's what I wanted to do. So I wanted to use that situation to kill two birds at one stone. I saw Mika, and it was about Pretty Intelligent Women's Panel. This is a little slip in that I can get into to talk and plug Pretty Intelligent Women's Panel for Mother's Day. See how that works? I catch up to her. I ain't seeing nowhere. It was convenient. I moved. I see you, Mika. She has a lot of insecurities. Am I supposed to bow down to you? Girl, I don't even know you. I bow down for what? Bow down for what? Who said anything like that? Where did that come from? I don't even know you like that. I tried to get to know you. The hell? Man, listen. There are a lot of women that I invited to the Pretty Intelligent Women's Panel. Most of them I've had heavy, heavy disagreements with. Some of them outright beefs, even as of recent. Uh, I wasn't going to talk about it, but I want this women's panel to work so bad. And I know it's not going to happen overnight. So it is something that I am also passionate about, meeting different women on YouTube all over and then collaborating with them. But to have someone that you thought, not that they were your friend, that see the vision of women coming together, supporting one another, and having each other's backs for content. Why? I believe she sees that. She's been very supportive, as I am to her. YouTube cameras, I thought was, you know, mm-mm. So the other day, I forgot what day it was. I was talking about Rico and Broadway and expressed my disappointment to Rico. What I did tell you in a previous story, during that exchange with Rico and myself, YouTube Cameras took it upon herself to insert herself by hitting the panel, yelling to the top of her lungs about my conversation with Rico. I'm an adult, grown, grown. Rico's an adult, grown, grown. And she claims that I was chastising Rico. I'm going to repeat what I said. Rico, I was shocked that it was you. I'm very disappointed. I just got to tell you to your face. I'm very disappointed. See, unlike YouTube cameras, the pizzas, and others, I'm not going to come on live to drag Rico with my disappointment or even make it content for days and days and hours and hours. I met him in real life and I wanted he's right here in New York. He's just a call away. I just didn't want that for him. But for whatever reason, he took that route. That's him. I just think it's gross. I'm allowed to express myself just like he's allowed to pull out his dick. Okay? And he knows that I'm real enough to say it without taking it maliciously. You know what I'm saying? But YouTube cameras wanted to insert herself. I don't know what she thinks she's doing and who she thinks she is and what she thinks she accomplished. But I couldn't fathom why she was hitting the panel yelling at me for talking to Rico. And it's none of her business. That's the bottom line here. She has nothing to do with Rico and I. And I'm sure she has her separate relationship with Rico, but it had nothing to do with us. She didn't even meet him. So yes, I kept bringing up her relationship with DG because, of course, she used that. That was her phrase the whole time with that DG debacle. YouTube cameras, right? I met you in real life, DG. She said this for panel to panel on her panel, on Room Shakers panel, all over. I met you in real life, DG. Fuck what these people say. It doesn't matter what these people say. So I used that back on her with Rico. The difference is I didn't sleep with Rico. We don't have a romantic relationship, and he's not, you know, dogging a sexual encounter out on YouTube. You know what I mean? Inconspicuously and outright whenever he feels like it. It's crazy work. But she expects people not to talk about that when she's inserting herself into business that has nothing to do with her. So when you set yourself up minding your business to people who did meet in real life, where no, we're not best friends, but we absolutely have a better uh, rapport than you do, and there's nothing she could say or do or yell about that's going to change that. So it's weird. It's very weird to me. Okay. It's very weird. Why did she do that? I don't know. It caught me off guard. You could clearly see, like, bitch, what are you doing? Like, I wasn't even expecting her to hit the link. I don't know why she hit the link. That's the gag. And the more I processed it, to hear the things that she was coming out of mouth, calling me bitches and going all ham, like, who does that? So, yes, I did have plans with YouTube cameras or for YouTube cameras to be a part of this journey, like other women. But after the first 4 times she's done this, she knew I was approaching her with caution. In fact, I told her, do not mod me up until June. I don't want a mod stick. I gotta wait this out because you flip on me too much, girl. Right? I don't take it seriously because I don't give a fuck like that. I think she wants me to. I don't. I want to get into some things. I'm very aware of my environment. I'm very aware of things that most people aren't. And I play dumb, stupid, and smart. Even if Rich right in front of me, I could have the most neutral, stoic look, uh, working in my past, corporate America, things like that, governments. You know how to have a poker face, especially when people have shown their behaviors in the past to be untrustworthy, shady, flaky, janky. You know what I'm saying? And it's no secret. So why would you keep making the same mistake? Uh, I distance myself from YouTube cameras tremendously, but I started to re-engage her. Uh, going in the chat, hitting the panel, showing that, hey, it's water under the bridge, but you know, I'm gonna keep it surface level. You know, that's it. And if we could do business, that's great. She supports me, I support her. Great. But I think there's something underlining with her. And the reason why I'm saying it, the last episode of the Pretty Intelligent Women's Panel, I shared something very personal again on YouTube, and I'm not ashamed at all. At all. That's why I'm able to say and talk about it. No one can use my story against me because one thing's for sure, two things for certain. I'm a very strong individual. And I've been even told by my own psychiatrist, I've been told by a lot of people. And I shared a story on the last episode that I really wanted to bring awareness to, not just to know what happened to me, but for other people that may have not been checked or diagnosed or evaluated even in mental health. A lot of people think they have it all together, they're okay, and they're really not. It took me after just years of being in the shower or the bathroom, crying uncontrollably, and never understanding why I was going through that emotion like clockwork. I couldn't even turn it off. It's like a power switch. And it was always after I finished a productive day, did everything normal, and it would just hit me like a ton of bricks. There's so many people that suffer with depression, and other uh, conditions that are undiagnosed. But mental health is so important to get evaluated to see what's going on before it becomes an illness. See, I'm not mentally ill, but I do have a condition and it will be permanent. I will always have it. But that doesn't mean that I'm not a brilliant mind. I'm not a loving wife or mother or not capable or anything like that. You understand? But I did go through something like people go through things in life. And I do know everyone has their trauma, different trauma. And for me, many that have listened to my story, read as YouTube cameras, uh, covered her mouth and chuckled during episode 2 and tried to mock just recently what I shared with you guys in my channel. It's so funny how life happens, but I was able to survive it. I'm able to talk about it openly now. It took me a while to get over this. And I don't think I will ever be over it, but at least I'm able to cope and manage and tell my story and possibly help someone else. It's very powerful when you flip your trauma and make it something meaningful, you know? And I have a lot of that where it came from. But catch this. If YouTube cameras were to experience even half of what I went through that night on September 6, 2019, just half of it, not all of it, just half, she probably would have not made it. And that's the truth. So she can't even be accountable for her own sex page, let alone, deal and cope with governments and corruption and things like that in America. She wouldn't know where to start and where to finish. So I'm very proud of myself of being able to come through this and still going through it, but going through it. And it just made me stronger, so much stronger, because there was a time where I didn't know how I was going to get through it. And I did it gracefully without weighing my problems on anyone else. Talk about moving silence, even though it was hurtful, even though I was angered, I was traumatized. No one knew. I was able to carry my pain in silence, gracefully, without being a crybaby. No one knew. I didn't ask for hugs. I didn't ask for anything. I dealt with it gracefully. I doubt YouTube cameras would ever remotely be, and I'm saying this as humbly as I possibly can. I don't think a woman like her would ever be able to deal with quarter of what happened to me that night. Okay. And I'm almost positive of it. Okay. So I'm able to say that being a stronger person today. But while I was going through it, I never thought I would, especially in a position of my life, going through anything remotely close to that. One thing happened after the other. And I always asked myself, I didn't know why God was doing this because I was doing a lot of good shit, making a lot of money too. Hmm. Today, I asked, now what? What do you want me to do? What path do you want me to take? That's why I'm on a spiritual journey because I really believe I'm on the right path now. So many things, good things, have been happening offline. But when I come online to continue on this journey for the YouTube Streets Awards and the Secret Vacation, it gets a little depressing. For one reason, I don't believe content creators are catching up to the new YouTube. They're still doing things the old way. And although it is entertaining, I think it can be done better. That's why it's important for these events to happen. Smash it. Hey, Pickle. I'm over here just talking. Lena, we on lock. How are you? Noble. Smash it. Smash it. So, yeah, I'm just really focused on getting on a journey, not only in my real life, spiritually fitter, mentally strong, uh, but on YouTube too. I'm changing and I have changed a lot that has been going on. Although I frequent some of the channels that I used to, and I'm staying connected for obvious reasons. I have to. I have to. And I do believe content creators realize it. You're only here because of the YouTube Streets Awards. I've realized they know that. Because would I really be uh disengaging otherwise? And this is all spaces, not just the beef sector, multi sector. I'm around, but there will be a time, especially after the YouTube Streets Awards has launched, that I'm going to be even more inaccessible. It's going to be crazy. And to the point where I'm going to go back to just uploads, editing, things like that, because it'll be time. And do periodic pop ups and live streams. I want to focus on this digital marketing business, AI, things that I know will surpass uh, what these spaces are giving now. And I want to get ahead of the ball, which I already am to many degrees. But for what I'm trying to do, I'm going to need to integrate a lot of different systems. So I hope you guys stay tuned for Culture Media and get ready for some high quality productions. That's all I can say. Okay. Everyone's talking about uh these productions. And it's I see. I see. But I definitely have a vision for nano influencers. Uh, there's going to be many pathways that are dug, and I can't wait to see you guys, uh, your responses to what I've been putting together. I think all of the drags, the roast, the gags will be worth it. Very much delayed gratification. and I'm looking forward to it. But this is going to be something, guys. It really is. And the more that gets accomplished behind the scenes, more I have to shut up, you know. I don't think I don't think the space is ready for what these events have to offer. I think it's going to catch some off guard, and it's going to take the next UTB Streets Awards ceremony for them to be more prepared. But I know because it's been streamlined, it will be just enough to send the message and to start a whole movement of creatives with new content, forward thinking, and really getting into their business bag while being on this platform, not just making a bag about being on this platform. That's what I see right now, and it's crazy. That is a new. Okay? So, join Pretty Intelligent Women's Panel this Sunday. Let's make it a fun day, ladies. May 10th, 2026, Mother's Day. I look forward to you joining me and a panel of women from all walks of life, pretty intelligent. Sunday, May 10th at 8 p.m. EST. Okay? Like an architect, a business architect, building, creating brick by brick. And this pretty intelligent women's panel is a big one. These spaces need it so bad. And let's see how we can get collaborations and contributors together and send waves. Okay? Leading with women. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to the show on Sunday, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there, 8 p.m. EST. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm glad I went live. Got to stay in these algorithms because I be, child, I, I can't go live every day right now. But there will be a time where I'm going to be oversaturated on these streets. Oversaturated. Indeed. Hmm. Yep. Smash it. Please support the channel, $ Hush and Move. And I'll see you next time on Culture Media. God bless you. Hush. Bye now.